Well, has it worked? Can you hear me? Anybody there? Is the sound? Is it working? Yes? Can you hear me? Hello? I'm just trying to have a look. Oh, good. People can hear me. It worked. Yes. It was a bit of... yeah, it's a great start to coming back, isn't it? When nothing works. But that's me all over, isn't it? Yeah, a great shout out goes to Fox and Chris for coming on. We set up a little hangout at the last moment just to help me out with this, because it seems that it's so long ago since I did anything on this, because last week I was on this and it was with Chris, and Chris was looking after all the buttons, but it seems, I think it said it's 45 days since my last live stream, and since then the whole world has changed. I come on and YouTube has turned off all the old buttons, because us oldies like the old buttons, and they changed it all and nothing was the same, nothing worked. I'd come on in good time to set everything up, and then Mrs. Ted said, I need to go out, can you give me a lift? So we went out, and we were still out, and we were out, and I came back with about an hour left to set up a live stream and put the link out, and nothing worked. But yeah, here we are back for a live stream. Yeah, hopefully we can get a good length of a live stream in, but I'll see how it goes tonight, because still a bit of pain in the thigh, but not to worry, I've got some good medicine. It's called Highland Park. Yeah, it's a single malt, so I've got some good medicine to keep me going, and we'll be here. Yeah, I might give you some extra time tonight just to see But anyway, let's have a look and see who's in. Thank you everybody for coming along. I do apologise that it seems to be an age since I've done anything like this myself, but it's good to be back. Yeah, I'm going to try and pick it up where I left off with the rest of the streams as well and things like that, so you can see what's happening, and we'll all have a bit of fun and we'll get back into the old swing of things. However, I'm going on holiday. Sorry. Yeah, I'm going to take a week out starting next Monday. Not tomorrow, but a week tomorrow. I'm going on a week's holiday, so you'll have to be without me. I might try and do some. I'll take the laptop and a small camera and see if I can do a TED live from wherever. A TED on the road. Should we ever go at that? Should we try a TED on the road? It'll be Wi-Fi and sort of nothing plugged in and things like that. But yeah, it could be a bit of fun. Could have a go at that, couldn't we? Right. Right. Let's have a look. As I say, let's see who's in this evening. I think I can press up here and it says with participants. Right, we've got B3, Candygram for Mongo, Dan Kramer, Edward Leonard, Gemma, obviously Chris at Gross Models, and Fox as well as Model Maker Guru. Then there's somebody called Skipper Scale Models. There's Speedy Q8, Spider Q, and Spruglo Addict. They're the ones that it says in the participants. There may be obviously some people in chat that I haven't actually seen. Model Making Trucker, he's in as well. Dan Kramer, yeah. So yeah, you're all in. Thank you very much for coming along and supporting me in this. Yeah, there's obviously a lot of chat going on before I came in, where I was pressing buttons, pouring drinks, running up and down the ladder, taking painkillers and things like that. But yep, we're all waiting, and then I press the button and it seemed to work. My mouse in there. It's quite, yeah, pretty funny really, because Fox and everything had set me up the first time. Right, said you're ready to go. See you later. See you in 10 minutes, and nothing worked. But here we are. I thought it was going to start at 8:30, but now it's 9 o'clock, my usual time. So here we are. Right, and then the stream started. Everybody, fingers crossed that it was going to work. Lights and sound, yep. Video and good. Is it in focus? Can you see it all right? It looks all right to me at my end, but then again, I'm not streaming across the other stream, picking up the streamer on the other side of the world. So hopefully good. Right, so we'll get there. So everybody else, it's all good to go. So what have you been doing in my absence then? I'll try and find out where I'd left off with this last week, because it's all in the box down here somewhere. First of all, we need instructions. I think last time when we were with Chris, we got lots of work done. Yeah, Fox might like to see that we've got lots of work done. We built this, just this, all of about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts. We got 7 parts done in a good hour and a half, which isn't bad going. Now I think we can progress this to a little bit further on. Yeah, where were we going to go with it? I forgot. It seems so long ago. Right. Good. Yeah, right. We've done that bit. The fiery ball thing. That bit. The cannon blast. Yeah, thing. You must. Yeah, as I say, you must excuse me if I don't know the technical terms for these Baneblade bits. But I know that's a Baneblade cannon because that's what it is. We've done that bit, so we haven't done that bit. We haven't done that bit. We could do this bit. Yeah, let's get on with this. Now, as usual, we've got to find the bits in the box, and we just dip in and guess where the bits are. And first up, it's none of them, because these are dudes. Yeah, angry dudes. Yeah. Edwin Leonard said, yeah, that's a fiery ball thing. That could be it. From now on, that will be known as the fiery ball thing. Let's lighten this up a little bit. We'll just get the gain up a little bit, just to line it up so you can see what's happening, because we don't want it on because it being grey all sort of blends into one, doesn't it? Slightly. Is that slightly better for you? Can you see that? Yeah, right. Johnny Alvarez says, hello, what's that tank kit I'm building? It is a Warhammer. It's a kit from Warhammer. It's the Warhammer 4000 or 40k. It's Baneblade, Astra Militarum Baneblade. If you haven't got one, go and get one. This was gifted to me by my very good friends Fox and Dad, and because they always threatened me that I was going to build, I had to build a Baneblade. I always resisted and said nope, never going to do one, and then a man knocked on the door holding this as a parcel and a great gift, so I've got to build it. So that's what it is. If you don't know what one is, have a look, Google Astra Militarum Baneblade and go get yourself one, because actually they're pretty damn good. Right, and now the next bits. So we don't want the dudes, and yeah, it's having to find bits that look like it. No, I don't think it's any of them. Is it on there? No, it's not. I'm just trying to read the chat as well, keeping up with the chat as I'm trying to look through the right, I think that's the bit we need. Yay! So that's one bit, and yeah, there's lots of guns and cannons on this thing. It's a type of thing, as I always said, when you were at school and you were in maybe maths or something like that, and you couldn't be interested in what the teacher was saying, and you were doodling away in the back of your exercise book, drawing tanks and aircraft, and this is a sort of tank that you would draw. You would draw it. You remember how you used to draw it? Let's find a bit of paper. Ugh. And a big thick pen so you could see it. Whoa! Yeah. We'll knock the stand over. Right. And then you would... I've got a big pen. Yeah. Yeah, you would draw a tank, wouldn't you? And the tank would go... So let's find a pen that would work. You would draw your tank like that. They can't see it. Because I've turned the gain up, you can't see it now. So you would draw your tank like that, and it would have lots of wheels, because kids' tanks always did. They have lots and lots of wheels. And then they would have not just one gun, but they'd have another gun on top, and then a few machine guns in the side of it, like that. But then you would put bullets coming out of it, wouldn't you? And then you would have some airplanes in the sky, and these could be German ones, because then they would be shot down in flames. But that's, yeah, if you see the similarity between kids' schoolwork and Baneblade, yeah, these kits were obviously designed by kids. Yeah, there's probably a load of kids sat in Warhammer Workshop designing these things. Anyway, that's that. So we'll glue this bit together. I want to take some nubs off. Yeah, left-handed drawing. All the best people are left-handed. So yeah, Ted using a red pen and a secret shout out stat. Yeah. The red pen, yeah, it's a red tank for Dad. Yes, yeah. This could be your next scratch built kit, Dad, if you want. Yeah. Historically accurate. That is, it is. Yeah, with the Germans being shot down and the. Well, that needs a bigger. That needs a bigger boom, doesn't it? And then you could have the missile coming out. And obviously it would have roundels on it because it's a British tank. Yep, that would go. Yeah, I will continue that later. And if anybody would like to win this piece of art, or even if they would like to buy this piece of art, the details of my bank account can be found underneath the video, where you can make your donations to enable you to buy it. I'll even sign it. There we go. Yeah, Ted. Smiley face. There we go. Yep, a signed piece of Ted's artwork. For sale. Kind of Grab says, someone please print a 3D tank based on the artwork. It's a winner. I think I could actually send that across to Airfix or Trumpeter, something like that. You never know. They could be just waiting for that bit of inspiration. Could drop through the door. Right, so we can now glue a bit together. We can cut this bit off. Yeah, so there we go. So we can now, for the first part of the evening, if I can reach the glue because it's over here, we can glue the first part of the evening. Not the first part, the first plastic part of the evening. There's a little bit of a gap just in there, but I think by the time we get some glue in it, squeeze, because it's always good to squeeze. There we go. We'll just let that go off a little bit because there's a couple of little seam lines. Just needs to be filed off that because we don't like seam lines. And now the next bit I'm going to look at here is this searchlight. Now this may need a little bit of fettling. If I can find it. It's in here somewhere, I know, because I've done a special thing to this. No, I can't find it. Oh, there it is. It's over here. Right, what I've done with this searchlight here is this one here. Now, when we had it, when it came, it was a solid piece in there like that. Now what I've done with this is actually drilled and filed out the solid middle, because what we're going to do, around here somewhere I have an LED light that I'm going to fit inside this light and connect it all up to the batteries so that the searchlight will actually glow. But for the life of me, excuse me while I open and shut drawers. I can't find what I've done with the LEDs. I had them here a minute ago. I'm just looking at chat and trying to keep up with you. Now, saying that where I was going to fit the searchlight tonight, I may need to take a step back on that because I can't find the bits. I've got the bits from Jennifer for the turret rotation. If you'll have seen that last week. But I've also got somewhere hidden away. I have a little coloured LED to go in that searchlight, and now I can't find it. So maybe we'll do that bit next week. Nothing's going right tonight. Never mind. We'll do another bit. Because I do want to light that up. I think I make it pretty good. Right, so we can put. Let's have a look at this cannon. I've lost it. I'll just do some seam busting while I have a look at chat, see what's going on. Bottlenecking Guru asks if I can make any of the unused spare parts to add more cannons or guns and make them bigger. I'd say there is quite an overload of cannons and guns on the sprues. I didn't know whether they were actually part of the kit, whether they will be fit, but I'll certainly be making use of whatever's left because you can. Right. That's not looking too bad. I also think I know I've been watching Fox, and I've been sat there in the background watching Fox doing his painting and things on his Warhammers and things, and they do really sort of lend themselves to a bit of weathering. And they look, once you painted them, don't just leave them painted and shiny, things like that. Go into weathering them. So, is there anybody out there in Chatland who's actually picked up a Warhammer kit because of watching me and Chris, or even watching Fox? Because I'd never considered them until I'd been sent this one. I do have the Hydra, this one. It's still to be finished, but I'll get there in the end. Probably we'll do some weathering on this and the Baneblade at the same time, because that's ready for weathering. But pretty good, because yes, got the tank, the old Chiefy. This is a bit of a test pig, really. Cracking model from Tamiya, one of the early ones. Why is he falling off there? Cracking model. I've just used some of the weathering pigments and sort of AK weathering, mud weathering effects and things like that. It looks, it's dirty. But that's what we're going. I'm not going to go. I don't think we're going to go to this depth on here. See on the back how it all sort of congealed mud and things. I'm not going to do that on the Baneblade, but it'll be nicely weathered. Sort of that type weathering. Shiny, weathered. There we go. Anyway, I've been away for a few weeks and I'm doing all the talking. Now it's up to you guys out there in Chatland. What have you been up to? belly and bench. Don't forget belly and bench tonight. It is Sunday. Is it the Sunday roast? Is it just a bit of a snack because it is Sunday? But for me, it wasn't a Sunday roast today. We just felt like a bit of a snack. It was only me and Mrs. Ted, so we just had pie and peas for a change. It got a cough. That was went down the wrong way, but never mind, it goes again. Right, let's see what else we can do on this then. So that is the gun fit. So, see what I mean? Gun on a gun, big gun on a little gun, big gun, little gun. Yeah. Do Warhammer guys out there? Do Warhammer do aircraft? Do they? Edward says pork roast and spice chips. Oh, that sounds quite nice. Spicy chips. We have a thing that's sort of become the norm over here. Salt and pepper chips. I think it's just ordinary chips with sprinkles on that you can get from the chip shop or the Chinese takeaway, things like that. But that seems to have taken off. Is that spicy chips, perhaps? What else is there? Sprue Glue says sweet chili salmon and chips and mushy peas. Bench Fujimi F-12 Berlinetta. Is that an aircraft? Zadson says see Chris's stream for aircraft. Dexterous says she didn't like. She's getting it's not getting a Baneblade. She's starting small and building up to it. And Fox confirms that there are a number of Orc aircraft. A single plastic Imperial flyer, then a whole load of resin Forge World Imperial. Oh, yeah, I've heard about these resin things from Forge World. Expensive, but apparently worth the money. I know that a lot of resin stuff that I've done certainly makes a vast improvement to the ordinary plastic kits, but to add to it or to build a totally complete resin kit, yeah, takes a bit of doing, but they do usually work out all right, provided you're not getting something that's been sort of copied and plagiarized, stolen from elsewhere. Got to make sure of that, and then you will get for resin kits a pretty good model. Right, I'm trying to find this bit, but I can't. Sprigler said it's Ferrari. Berlin F-12 Berlin. Right, see what I know? Yeah. Fox says he might treat himself to a Forge World flyer. Yeah, do it. Get one for Christmas. You'll only, yeah, you're pleased with yourself then. Or drop hints to everybody else that you want for Christmas. I would like, and it's not that far off, is it? Christmas. Yeah, we'll be soon writing our letters to Santa. And meanwhile, I continue looking for parts for this kit. I think half the time is spent, 3/4 of the time is spent looking, and the rest of it is spent building. Aha, right. I think we found them. I found one of them. That bit. Right, noise again while these go back in the box. and we'll get that bit out. So does that bit go in there? Maybe not. Oh, you might go in the other way around. Right. Ah, yes. So I think and it seems a shame that flip. It seems a shame that there's a bit of detail inside this that will never ever be seen again if we bolt that down. Close it down, it will sit in there like that. Fox confirms that if you were to buy Forge World from anywhere else, it's probably most likely a bootleg. Yep, so stay well away unless you're buying it from the website. B3, it's only 102 days till his 49th birthday, and all that unimportant Christmas nonsense steals his thunder. Is it only that far away? We're nearly into double figures to Christmas. So, right. Now I had left last week when I glued this visor on here, I'd left it open a little bit, but I think to leave this one open it may interfere with the movement of the turret, because if the barrel's down for some reason and the turret is moving, it may get knocked off. So I think in this instance we'll have to put it down as closed. Seems a shame, some nice detail on the back, but never mind. Plenty of detail on the tank to make up for it. So we'll glue that down. Done. There we are. No going back now. All right. Some more covers to go on this one. Same reason again, I think at the back I don't think the gun will come round that far, but we'll put it as the tank's closed down anyway. So while I've been away, what's everybody else been doing? Anything new? Anything I've missed? Anything you want to tell me about? Any announcements? I know it was Chris's birthday last week. Happy birthday to Chris. Yep. We saw the pictures of cake and things like that. Seems you're all happily chatting amongst yourselves. Brilliant. That's what I like to see. I'm just here to facilitate everybody getting together. Everybody getting together for the evening. At least an hour's worth of building, gluing. Trying to find the bits to glue. Right, that's another bit that I need to find. That could be it. There we go. I think that one then, it goes on there. Oh. Seems a shame because there's lots of detail in these. We could... I suppose if you're really clever, do like I did on the Panzer. You could, in here, just in there, is a couple of hinges. You could, if you're really clever and have some small enough drills, you could drill them out, make them actually working hinges so that this flap could raise up, and you could really go to town and detail all that engine in there. Phil Lewis back in a bit, got to pick up his middle son. Yeah, hurry back, we'll still be here. And another one, that's that one I think. So this grating, oh, I can see the potential for this grating and painting it. That one go in there like that. I don't know yet. Yeah, Fox says could I not glue them all the way open and then they don't foul the turret. I don't think that the turret will actually turn right round because it will turn round, but when it's connected to the servo it won't turn right round. But you can glue them, certainly this one you can glue it flat open, but then I don't know what to do here. I'm having, what's everybody's thoughts? What should I do here? Should I glue them open? But then again, if you've got a tank in the field and it was blattering away at everybody, would its engine covers be open? I think if we were putting it into the rear of the battle zone, with a bit of maintenance going on, but I don't think Baneblades are like that, and they're just out there to blatter everything. Yeah. Can I borrow one of the dudes from the Wyvern? To look like he's working on the engine. Wyvern. I don't think I'll glue them yet. Let's leave them there till I make a decision on what I'm going to do with them. Yes. So we've done that. We've done that one. That's 4. We're doing the searchlight tomorrow, next time, So we need that bit. That bit. It looks like a mini church. Nope. Oh, we need them bits, so we'll keep them out. There's not on there. Cantigrid says he votes for a closed hatch. Fox says the Hydra. Yeah, I know what you mean now. Yeah. Dan says magnet them down. I really like to see the paint and the engine detail. That's an idea. Yes, I could. Let me have a think about it. I'll have decided by next week what I'm going to do. Or when you see me again, I'll have decided what I'm going to do. That one doesn't allow you to open it fully, but I don't think that... I think I'm going to go with them open, and then we can do lots of engine grease and starship filth in there, can't we? Some nice shiny, some dirty engine colours. As you know, we can do the rest of the engine. What I think I'll do is just leave them in position like that till the whole thing's sprayed and painted without gluing them, then open them, and then we can do the detail on the inside. Sounds like a plan. That's what we're going to do. And then whether they get fully glued on or they just, because it's going to get left on the shelf and not be moved around too much, so yeah, we'll just do that, and then we can work on the engine. Dan says, what kind of servo is it? If it's a normal 180, then those panels in the back won't be an issue. No, it's because of the way that Jennifer's programmed, it will turn right round if we need it to. No, it won't. It's, yeah, just a 180. Yeah, it's not going to be an issue because the turret, the way that Jennifer's planned it, the turret, I think the maximum turn on it will be about there, and then it go to there, so it won't go right round, and then it just goes at various positions in between. So the issue of the turret, the cannon catching the panels at the back isn't going to be too great, but I think I'm going to be leaving them open, or at least I'll leave them unglued. If I get to the stage where they keep falling off and I keep losing them, I have to find them again. Yeah, maybe I'll decide to glue them in. Ah, there's the bit I want. Yes, looks like a bit of a church. That was easy. When you stop looking for it, that's when you find it. Right, now which way around does it go? Oh, yeah. I think it's a bit of the commander's periscope, so it would turn. So it doesn't matter which way around it goes, really. But we'll leave it. We'll leave it forward. Catling says, I'm pretty good at making vroom vroom and pew pew noises. Yeah, that's what you got to do. When you build a model, you've got to make it, and you have to get down right low on the bench so you can see it from eye level, and then you've got to, it's like when you get an aeroplane, isn't it? When you get an aircraft, when you build an aircraft, it's all and then you fly it towards you, don't you? So and then you fly it away so you can see it at all angles, and then it banks as it turns. You've got to. It's all part of the model making sort of activity. It's something you have to do, but you don't tell anybody. You wait till everybody's out. Right, want 2 of them. It's whenever you get a tank, it's always look at the size of that. This Baneblade is huge. Dan says, yeah, Dan, you don't stop playing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop playing. Look at that, cute. Brilliant. That's just what we do. So these towing hooks to go on the front here, this thing gets bigger. Model Making Guru admits to doing the same with his Eagle build. The Jerry Anderson type engine sounds. Now, I guess in the 60s, when Jerry Anderson was around, there weren't any computer generated sound effects. Did he do his own? Did he actually use the mouth and the face for making such noises? Or was it the computer that there was the size of a house just to get squeaking wheels? There, that's them on. And we've done that bit. We've done that bit now, and we've done that, and we've done that, and them. So we're just the searchlight to do, and then we can go to the. As it's a treat for you tonight, I won't finish now because we've finished that section. Let's go on and do another section. Yay! And because I've still got some scotch left. Dan says, I'm sure that Anderson had their own Foley studio for sound effects. When did the BBC Radiophonic Workshop start? Yeah, music by the BBC Philharmonic Workshop, BBC Philharmonic Orchestra, and special effects by the Philharmonic Workshop. Radiophonic Workshop. Right, let's have a look at building this tank bin on the back. Tank bin parts required. I wish say that as this build goes on, parts do get easier to find because there's not many left on the sprue. What that bit is. Oh, there's lots more. Yeah, I wonder what these bits were for and all these guns, but just flipping the page, there's lots more guns to build yet. Brilliant. Guns. Yeah, we seem to have been starting a discussion on Jerry Hansen's sound effects. Because I guess in them days not many people would know what an actual jet sounded like because they were few and far between at the time. Oops. That one, yes, that one. I want that one as well. Everything's got this 40k. I don't know if you can see it on here. No, it's not going to get into focus. Where's me thing at? See, on there, everything's got this. I believe there's a term for it. This eagle sort of logo. Excuse me. Everything's got this eagle logo on it, or skulls, and they're all sort of raised. And I think when we get to painting this, to be highlighting some of the detail in here with dry brushing and things, really going to make these sort of details pop. Look at the rivet detail in just a simple piece, of the tank bin. The detail that's gone into it, the rivets, how it's embossed, the potential for painting and weathering on this is just amazing, really. Right, let's take it back, zoom out back into focus. There we go. It's the Aquila, the Imperial Eagle, says Fox. Thank you very much. Every day's a school day on Skipper's scale models. Right, that bit now, we need this bottom bit. I think that one of these type of Warhammer things, for anybody that wanting to try weathering techniques, it doesn't have to be on such a big scale as the Baneblade, but if you want to have a go at all the weathering techniques, the dusting, the chipping, the washes, the dry brushing and things like that, it's going to be a fantastic kit to do it on, because everything's here for you to do. You can do all the mud effects and all the tracks, dry brushing and all the raised detail. You can use your pigments and your washes. Yeah, everything's there. You could do it. Aquila being Latin for eagle, said Zadster. The one Model Making Mayhem says, I thought one was to represent the Imperium and the other was the Mechanicum. Yeah, that must be Warhammer type stuff. It's all beyond me. Right, we need these bits then. Thought Aquila was the Cub Scouts leader. Aquila, we'll do our best. Cubs, do your best. We will do our best. Yeah, I remember the Cub Scout motto. Anybody else in the Cubs? I never got as far as the Scouts. I never progressed. But I was in the Cubs, had me woggle, had me neckerchief. That was it. Right, I need to find out how to put these together now. Now, it appears that... Oops. Drop it on the floor. It appears that the top of the bin slightly overhangs the sides. There we go. Fox has asked, did I get the extra sprue with all the guns and things on it? No, I didn't actually. It wasn't until after I'd started it that I was made aware that there was an extra sprue. But no, in this case, I'm sorry, I didn't get the extra sprue. So Ted, about the huge hole where the fender plate goes, going to put something in there. What do you mean? Do you mean these under here? If you are on about this bit in here, no. What I'm going to do, you see all the tracks and the wheels in here. I'll be just. Oh, you mean? What do you mean this? Yeah, that's the other side of this. That one comes out. What I'm going to do is make a second video about just doing the lights, putting the lights in here. So that's why I haven't fitted this one yet. And so that if you do want to build this model and want to see in a bit more detail how the lights go in there, I found a nice easy way to do it. So I'm just going to make a little instructional video about putting the lights in, and I'll also do one as well about, or do a series of photos for fitting the servo into the into the turret, so you can see how that's done as well. So if you want to get your lighting kit and such from Small Scale Lights, Jennifer, you could see how it all goes together in a bit more detail, rather than sort of having to sort of sort it out in the middle of or look for it in the middle of one of these live streams. You'll just be able to go to it and then find out how it's done from there. So that's what I plan to do. There we go. Now that bit I think then should go in there like that. Oh, can you see? There we go. Bit of glue in the back. Just let some glue run along the joint in there. The glue in the pot here is getting a little bit low. I could extend. I need to extend the brush. That's why I've just got to keep. I'm not putting extra glue on it. It's just that when I put the brush in the pot, it doesn't always reach the glue. I need to extend the brush a little bit. If you didn't know that, the brush in these Tamiya extend. They pull out, so you can just make them just a touch longer to reach the glue. Dan says, I thought, I maybe not noticed the hole. Oh, there we are, finished. Oh, there's a hole. Yeah, it could be battle damage. Well, we're into the first hour. We've done the first hour, and my hip seems to be holding out at the moment. I'm not dancing around like I was last week on Chris's stream. I'm carrying a bit of an injury to my hip. If you didn't know, that's why I've been out of action a little bit, because I just couldn't sit comfortably for any long periods of time. You know how you get an injury and you just can't find a way to sit and make yourself comfortable. It's been like that. It's been agony. So, as I say, I went to see the physiotherapist after he wrestled with me on the couch and caused an immense amount of pain. It seems to have fixed it. But he did say that it would take a week or two to get fixed properly. So that's where I've been. That's why I can't sit very much. Spinny Q says that's a pivotal point in everybody's model making, discovering that the Tamiya glue brush extends. Yeah, it is. I didn't know, but it doesn't extend as far as you'd like it to, because it becomes a bit loose and just falls out. So yeah. So by the time it's down to there anyway, you're ready for buying another glue. Bought the glue because it's all full of rubbish anyway. I can't see this one. You already see that it's picking up sort of paint and bits of plastic and things like that from models gone by. So by that time it's ready for moving on to another bottle. Keeping it and just fill it up with some scrap plastic and make some sprue glue. Candy says it was almost impossible to keep fingerprints and streamers off models when there was just tube glue. Oh, do you remember those days? Tube glue. Oh yeah. There was the tiniest little tubes of glue where you had to break the end off to get the glue out. That as soon as you broke the end off, it was snap, and it went all over your fingers and lost half the glue. And then, as you say, that yeah, it became stringy, so you had to you had to run your glue along where you wanted it to go, and then you'd take it away and then it would follow you. There'd be a great stream of glue coming up, and then it would fall off the end of the tube and all over your model. Zantz goes on to say, discovering that Humbrol enamel isn't the only paint. It was at one time. Yeah, I'd never heard of Tamiya. Tamiya was the next step. Yep, Humbrol paint in the little pots. No, I haven't got any to hand, but I still have some, and it's probably still usable. The paint pots where after a certain time, you don't know how it happened, but it just happened that the top was just coated in about 2 inches of paint, and you couldn't get the top back on anymore. It never happened. It just seemed to happen. And that paint would go on forever. Pretty good stuff. It is actually, Humbrol enamels are actually good paints. It's just because they're good to work with, because they give you a long drying time and you can work with them. But you didn't know that as a kid. You just used to slap it on with a brush. Something like that, or for a whole model like this, you'd have one pot of paint and a brush like that, and the whole lot would go over, and you were so impatient you couldn't wait for it to dry, so you just go over the paint again with another coat before it was dry. You didn't know any different at the time. Oh, how we used to build our models. The kids of today, they don't realise none of this fancy stuff when we were a lad. I don't know why I'm putting that back in there, because I want it out in a minute. Edward said, tube glue, good for nothing but sniffing. Yeah, like on airplane. It's fine. Yeah, I picked the wrong time to give up sniffing glue. Everybody talking about the extending Tamiya brush. Dan Kramer, I only assume applying glue with a cocktail stick was the way to do it without the ruining the parts. I only knew to go from tube to part. That was all. Yeah, that was all we did. Yeah. I guess by the time that you discovered using a cocktail stick to apply glue, you were instantly an expert. You were a professional modeler when you were doing things like that. When you were letting the paint dry before you put the next coat on, you were a professional modeler. Now I wonder why that detail's in there. Is that to add an extra gun from the said extra sprue, or is that because this turret was perhaps from another kit? Who knows? But anyway, it's all going to be hidden because this turret bin's going to go on eventually. Bad kits, bad tools, bad decals. Yeah, nobody knew any different. But you looked in awe at the modelling books, didn't you? Where guys in roll top sweaters smoking a pipe were pictured making fantastic models. Or to you, they were fantastic models. Now I bet if we look at them, you'd think, it's mediocre, really. But yeah, that was it. You progressed from your schoolboy outfit and your schoolboy uniform to roll neck sweaters and a pipe. Yeah, that's when you knew you had it made. Can't get this to glue on. Maybe need a bit more glue. Oh, it's so much better now I've extended the brush. Oh, we can't see it because I'm over here. Fun thing to do, says Fox, was to find an old 1970s-18 modelling how to do book and settle down to an evening of terrible awfulness. I've got one somewhere. I've got the Airfix book of warship modelling. I'll have to bring it out on one of the streams one day and show you. It's awful. It shows you how to add detail to your warship, but it doesn't show you in photographs. It shows you in sort of line drawings, so nothing makes sense because the artist isn't there to explain what's what. It doesn't make sense. So it's still around somewhere. There was a whole series of them, the Airfix how-to books, and obviously they stuck to Airfix kits and told you how to improve them. I think I had one as well that was modelling Napoleonic figures, and I think the only thing I did out of it was I had a Napoleonic. Remember the figures that Airfix used to do? There was Napoleon. And different figures and things like that. The only thing I did from that book was to add a strap made from some plastic card. And, I didn't do anything else because everything was too complicated and beyond me, and I didn't understand it. Quino says that he thought, it's the pipe. It's the pipe that makes the magic. Unless you have a pipe, you can't do any modelling. That and a Bob Symes beard. Yep. Roll top sweater, Bob Symes beard, pipe, and one of those jackets with the leather patches on the elbows. Then you're a professional modeller. People will look at you in awe. I want some aerials. Some aerials now. This is when it starts getting tank-like. Let's find some aerials. One thing I have forgotten is to have another drink. Zadza says he's imagining a 1970 Grattan's catalogue and the chaps in loud sweaters and perennial on slacks. Yeah, 3-star sweaters and high-rise trousers. Remember the buttons that you had a waistband on your trousers about that big? with about dozens of buttons across them. Phil Lewis says lots of corduroy. Of course there was lots of corduroy. You could hear people coming from miles because they wore corduroy trousers. Farmers wore, if they were posh farmers, they wore those moleskin type trousers. If they were a bit sort of more down to earth farmers, they wore corduroy, held up with a belt and braces. Aerials, there we go. And I think lecturers who wanted to be gentlemen farmers wore corduroy as well. Fox is considering a corduroy jacket, so he's getting old. Yeah, it's one of them things that just happens. You suddenly find yourself wearing one. You don't know how you bought it or where it came from, but suddenly I'm just nipping out to the shop and you put your corduroy jacket on, and you don't know where it came from. It's like magic, they just appear. B3 says he's got a pair of cords. Yes, we'll have a nostalgia time on skipper scale models. You've got to send your oldest picture that you have of you, not a child. Bad. We need bad taste photographs. Send them to skipper scale models, and we'll have some bad taste clothing. Or if only I'd have known better. I'll have to have a look for some myself, see if I can find some myself. Yeah, the if only I'd known better photograph. Another thing, that if you were too young for corduroy in the 70s, you wore a safari suit. Bee's knees, because you had a safari suit. Patch pockets, bell bottom trousers. Go on, admit it. Who else had a safari suit then? Look at that, it's looking more tank-like all the time, isn't it? Ooh. Aerials. Yes, it's getting there now. Dan says he wants a picture of me in my police uniform. I must have a tall hat. I've got one somewhere. I think I'll have to dig it out. I don't know where it is. I don't know that there are many photographs of me in a police uniform, strangely. There is one somewhere, taken within weeks of me joining, with the rest of my intake. So I'll see if I can dig it out. Fox's favourite jacket in the world is his brown leather 1976 safari jacket, cuff belt. Yeah, mine wasn't leather. Mine was the material type. I think Roger Moore wore one of them in one of the James Bond films. But yeah, when you wear a safari jacket, it doesn't quite have the same sort of touch as James Bond, does it? Model making, yes, the model making good. Fox says there is a YouTube of me in a police boat doing police boat things. Yeah, if you search Cumbria Police Marine Unit on YouTube, you'll find me. Yep, doing things in very rapid action type shots on the water in a boatie. Quano says in the early 90s he had a shell suit. I don't think I actually progressed to a shell suit. I think I had the jacket but never the trousers. In those like a purple, yellow and blue stripe type things. You know, just colours that didn't seem to just, I think somebody just made them up randomly. Spruce says, tell us some stories of the police days. Oh yeah, I could tell lots of stories. Yeah, I could be here forever. Right, now then, if we had have glued those, here we go. If we had have glued these gratings up, the tank bin strikes the back. So good job we didn't. So we'll either need to leave them fully open. No, it won't go back. Oh, it might just miss that one, but certainly that one would have to be upside down. So we might just leave them just unattached. Roger Moore ruined Bond with those ridiculous jackets. They were quite ridiculous really, but they were good at the time. What is a town name to look for, Dan? Yeah, if you run about the YouTube video, just look for Cumbria Police Marine Unit, and you'll see it begins. It's narrated by Ted Hawksworth. Yeah, you'll recognise the voice. Maybe not the hands. I don't think there's any hands in it. Oh, chat's certainly charging up there now. Yeah, Fox says don't glue them, you can just open and close them whenever. Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I plan to do. Just leave them on, then I can do the insides and look at it. I can impress people. When I know people are coming round, I can put my roll top sweater on and my corduroy jacket and get my pipe out, and I can impress them by pointing to it with my pipe. You know, you point to it with your pipe, can't you? Yeah. I think that's what pipes are for. They weren't for smoking, they were for pointing with. Lord Barclay's off. Good night. Thank you very much for coming in. Thanks for coming and supporting me. Nice to see you. Yep. Hopefully I'm getting back at the bench now and my mojo's coming back. So hopefully you'll be able to see a little bit more of me. As for tonight, I think we'll just glue these handles on if we can find them, and then we're looking more or less to round things up. But we'll try and find these bits. I think I did see them before. Now I can't remember where I saw them. Nope. That could be one of them. Nope. Ah, there they are. These bits, little handles. Yeah, there we are. Fox has found a link. Well done, that man. yeah, you'll see us doing boaty things in the Channel, the Irish Sea, just off Barrow. And you'll also see us doing some training up and down Windermere as well. We used to go up there before the speed limit came into force. On Windermere we used to go up and do a bit of training. It was great fun. We used to chase the higher boats and do some stopping and running around. Yeah, great. They were great days. Getting paid to run about in a boat, brilliant. Somebody else was paying for the fuel. So we could now, this is the bit where we introduce the tweezers, which is guaranteed to shoot a piece across the room. Tweezers and small parts never end brilliantly. Ian M.G. Thompson says it must be difficult to do a handbrake turn in a boat. It's not actually. That's how we used to turn them around. Because what you do, a technique for doing a fast turnaround in a rib, is to go full speed in one direction, power off, turn the power off to the engines, sort of pull back on the gear, knock it out of gear, power off, spin the wheel while the boat's still going forward, because the momentum's carrying the boat forward but you've got no motion on the props. Spin the wheel and then put it back into gear and it flicks the back end round. That was a technique that we learnt to get your rib more manoeuvrable. And then as she turns, because you've turned your wheel, the props begin to bite and they'll spin you round, so you back it off again, straighten up your wheel so the engines are dead ahead, then ram it into forward again and they power off, and it's like handbrake turning a boat. Great fun. Everybody gets wet and thrown about at the back, but yeah. At work, the place I work at, where we have a rib, just a small rib, and they won't let me drive it because I think they don't know what I'll do to it. Yeah, Ostrich says that it looks like it could freeze. Yeah. The water looks cold. It was, yeah, the water in the Irish Sea is cold. That's why we always wore dry suits, and we never ever went in the water unless we had to, because yeah, fish poo in the water, so you don't want to go in there. Yeah, the divers, we used to work with the diving team. I was quite happy to stay on the top of the water, let them do all the diving. I wasn't going to do any of that. You'll see in the video, it's not me driving at that time, but you'll see in the video that towards the end, the boat actually leaving the water as it jumps over a wave on our way back. It's great fun. You could use because you'd have peaks and troughs, you'd have peaks and troughs in the water. What you could do, you could get your boat as the waves coming up. You could get your boat to jump over that one, miss the next trough, land in the next trough. So it would miss one, land, then you'd power it up again, then you'd miss the next one and land again. Yeah, so you'd fly back, save fuel. There we go. Ostrich, yep, ostrich. Yeah, right, so I think what time is it? Yeah, it's 10:30 now. I think what we'll do, I think we'll call it a night, because we've done quite a bit tonight, apart from, I know that we did have a bit of a dodgy start, but we got her in the end and it all worked out. And this Baneblade has come on brilliant. It's beginning to look fairly awesome now. Look at that. Fantastic, isn't it? Fox says, saving fuel, not to save the taxpayer money, but to avoid his college ripping him for not having to get towed back into the harbour. Yeah, I hold the claim to fame that I could be I was the very first person in Cumbria Constabulary to crash the police boat. Yep. Of all the space in the Irish Sea, I happened to find another boat to run into, but that's another story. I'll tell you that sometime. Yeah. Yeah. So we had to limp back to base with a broken boat. Well, two broken boats, because I crashed into the one. Yeah, but Lynn's just got in. Hi, Lynn. Yeah, you didn't. It's all right. You haven't missed a lot, apart from the mayhem at the start of the total catastrophe at the start of streaming in totally the wrong place. But never mind, we got there in the end. So hi, Lynn. Yes, it's me. I'm back. We're doing a little bit on the Baneblade, and we've actually done a little bit on the Baneblade. We tonight have, what have we done tonight? We've put the detail on the turret mainly, and talked a bit, and done a bit about the back, but that's about it. I think for an hour and a half, and I'm just on the last dregs of the whiskey. Gone. Yeah, and I've got work tomorrow. But yeah, I think what we'll do, we'll leave it for tonight, and we'll continue next week. I'll look at maybe next week we'll or next week, next time you see me, we'll look at putting some of the wires in for the searchlight. I'll try and dig them out, find out where they are, what I've done to them, and then looking at this, there's not. Yeah, there's a bit to do yet. Oh yeah, there is quite a bit still to look at. All the guns that go on the top of this. Look, there's guns everywhere. And that, yeah, we're back to the start. Oh, that's a storm shadow. Yeah, then I've got to find out what goes where, because it sort of yeah, it mixes it up a bit towards the end, but never mind, we'll get there. Banehammer, Doomhammer, Stormlord. There's lots and lots to go on it yet, so I don't know when we finish. Oh yeah, we're on to the dudes. We're on to the dudes in the tank and things like that. Yeah, he's got a cutlass. If you've got a tank like that, and the dude inside it has a cutlass, yeah, what's it doing with that? Chopping his toenails? Yeah, you've got a tank, for God's sake. Right, I think what I'll do, I'll leave it for now, but it's nice to be back. I know I came back with Chris last week and I sort of had to dash off in the end and lie on the floor because the pain was just getting to me, but it seems to be a little bit better tonight. Maybe that's just the whiskey, but it certainly seems a lot better tonight, and I hope that I will be back soon. I'll certainly be back tomorrow night, when hopefully all four of us will be back again. I think I wish he shipped now. Yeah, all four of us will be back again on eModels tomorrow night, emodels.co.uk. But don't forget, if you've enjoyed tonight and you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm nearly at 1,000 viewers. Cool, getting famous at last. So like and subscribe, give us a thumbs up, because a thumbs up always helps. So until next time, thank you very much for joining us. Great to see us. Thanks for your support. It works. It's wonderful. Yeah, it's wonderful to see us all. So thank you. I'll leave you all to your bedtimes or wherever you may be in the world, and we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. I will see you all again. Bye now.